This is the Barbados Today morning news for Wednesday, December 4th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. Attorney General Dale Marshall says recent inspections by the Ministry of Housing and the Fire Department have rendered the Liquidation Centre not fit for purpose. This followed the discovery of a number of environmental and safety issues on the site. Government recently compulsorily acquired the building from the Merchandani family to make way for a high-rise hotel development on Bay Street.
Unfortunately, when the team from the Ministry of Housing visited the premises only a few days ago, they discovered that the building was overrun with rats and other vermin. This necessitated a call to the Ministry of Health so that a full inspection of the premises could be done. That inspection was done yesterday, and they've submitted a report to us of the condition in the building. The Ministry of Health found that the condition of the building, and I'm quoting now from the report, presented a serious health threat to anyone entering the building. And that report stipulated a number of measures that needed to be taken in order to make the premises safe. The visible condition of the interior of the premises also triggered an inspection by the Barbados Fire Service. And the Fire Service has also submitted a written report. And in that report, dated today's date, and I will quote again, the Fire Service states, "The building is not fit for purpose and constitutes a grave danger to life, safety and health of its occupants and to the general public."
Try one more time to work things out. That was the advice from Justice Rajendra Narayan on Tuesday after the latest attempt by businesswoman Asha Mrs. Ram Merchandani to get an extension on government's compulsory acquisition of her Liquidation Centre store. Merchandani, through her attorney-at-law Ezra Aline QC, sought to overturn the High Court's decision not to grant her the stay of execution on the compulsory acquisition order, which gave the Ministry of Housing the green light to take control of the Bay Street premises last month. Narayan noted that justice in this matter would be better served by a panel. But before adjourning the matter, he tried to impress upon both parties to use the one-week adjournment to talk things over in the hope of coming up with an amicable solution. He pointed out that the plaintiff was asking for a stay of execution on the possession order until January 2nd, 2020, which would give the company enough time to sell the remaining goods during the Christmas season. He also suggested that the development project for which the property is being acquired is unlikely to take place during the Christmas season, and therefore both parties can benefit from an out-of-court agreement. Government is being warned against sacrificing quality investments for the sake of spending cuts. The latest warning from an official of the Inter-American Development Bank comes as economists here voice fears that a sharp drop in public spending caused by the IMF-sanctioned austerity program, or BERT, could stifle economic growth. Alejandro Izquierdo is the principal technical leader in the IDB's research department. He says there was still a need for smart investments in areas that would promote growth.
And unfortunately, if you don't think about these things with a lot of time, you may decide to make cuts across the board, and that's the worst thing that can happen when you're in a consolidation process, because some spending is smart and other may not be that smart. But definitely looking into the different components of expenditure and how you decide on what's worth and what's not worth it is important so that you make a good choice.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. In news from the region, Trinidad's Police Commissioner Gary Griffith says he has no issues with the media following newspaper reports accusing him of abusing a man in police custody. We get more in this report from TTT News.
It all started with a story published by a newspaper in late November that Gary Griffith initially abused a man held in police custody, threatening to kill him. The man in question later reportedly backtracked on his statements in another newspaper, bringing the reporter and the newspaper that carried the initial story into disrepute. But the commissioner, along with the head of the TTPS's legal unit, Christian Chandler, is pointing to the conflicting reports by the newspaper and a page from the station's diary that was photographed and circulated.
Because on one side is the entry is saying, look, the commissioner choked me, he jacked me up. But on the other side here, after you talk to the man, he is saying, is a big, strong sword man. I'm not the commissioner. So what is the story?
Addressing the matter of the photograph of the station diary, Mr. Chandler said that could only have come from a police officer, and such action would not be tolerated. The commissioner agreed.
And on the international scene, a new study says a surprise drop in the coal use in the United States and Europe has helped to slow the growth of global carbon dioxide emissions this year. A softening demand in China and India also contributed. The report, which was launched at a UN climate summit in Madrid, showed that growing appetite for oil and gas meant that the world was still far from achieving the drastic reductions in greenhouse gas emissions that is needed to avert catastrophic global warming. Nevertheless, coal use fell sharply in the US and Europe, helping to slow the projected growth in carbon emissions to 0.6% in 2019 compared to 2.1% the previous year. And that's news this morning, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook, and sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I am Mary Claire Williams. Good morning.